You need some light?
Okay, it's good.
Yeah, when I learned how to take an M16 apart, it was a pretty neat experience. But mine was different than everybody else's, and mine was just like those other about, I believe it was about 10 of us that were on KP that day, kitchen duty. Washed a lot of dishes that day when everybody had the whole day to learn how about their M16. My class was about 5 minutes. Because the next day, everybody had their weapons drawn, you got your M16, your weapon. You know, it's a whole nother feeling. It's a whole nother feeling when everybody knows how to take it apart and put it together, and you don't. Because you're on kitchen police, man. Kitchen, washing dishes, serving food, or whatever it is they have to do that day. So I walked over to one of the drill sergeants and I explained I was on KP duty. I had nothing to, I had no clue how to take this thing apart or anything about the M16. He understood, of course, right? Unless you're like some guys that know about M16s, know about freaking stuff, like Rosenthal. Rosenthal will tell another story, but he didn't go to basic training with me. But it was Jax. It was all alphabetical. JA was before JU. And the guy next to me was a K. Come on. Right? That's how I knew where I was at. So I got my 5-minute class on how to take it apart and put it together, and there I was. All those other guys had a whole day class. Later on that 2 months or what passed, I was in inspection. And I guarantee about 2 or 3 days before, I was the only one cleaning my weapon when you're supposed to clean the weapon. Because it was up to you as a soldier cleaning your weapon late at night and you're on the thing. And Jack's over here and I'm over on one side. I was cleaning, Jack's wasn't cleaning his. Maybe a little bit, went to sleep. But I ended up cleaning my weapon until about 4 o'clock in the morning. Tired the next day. But what happened is 2 or 3 days that paid off. When they did inspection, I was the only one standing in the company. Now that's not a platoon of 30, 4 ranks, squads. It's the company. So I looked to my left, looked to my right, I stood at attention, used my eyes. I noticed no one else was standing besides me and the drill sergeants. Not a spot, that drill sergeant. The day before I almost got it too. But he showed me a little spot in that M16 where he knows that, oh no, if you don't know about this spot, you're going to do some push-up. Oh man, that's the first thing I hit when I cleaned up the next day. So I got down and I started doing push-ups. Because there's no way that I was going to be the only one standing the whole time in a company of people. Just like everybody else. Everybody else was doing push-ups. I was doing push-ups. So my glory lasted about less than 5 seconds. But it was nice. Basic training was neat because I had people in the military, prior military guys, tell me stuff about how they put piles of boots together, and then you have to go in there and find your boots. Man, they're just sizes. So I went in there and I found me a white. You were going basic training because whoever you just want some training, and if you're native and just get out of that crack house or whatever, alcohol abuse, whatever, you just want some money, college fund, see the world. or you're just adventurous. Or you're just a bad mofo that everybody's scared of, and so you need to go do something with your time. Anyways, whatever brings you basic training, you get yourself a white marker, and you mark your boat and the inside of your boat with that white marker. So when you have a big pile of your boats, you'll go in there and you'll find your damn roster number or whatever you have in your boat. And those are your boats, whatever your size are. Because there's about 30 guys and there's about 10 of you guys about the same size boots. Yeah. It's a neat experience. But that's how I learned how to take apart my M16 and be the only one standing. I got my front sight post messed with. It's real easy just to get in there and turn it, right? Because when I qualified it, the pre-qualification for my M16, I was shooting nothing. And then the next day I zeroed, had to re-zero, and I had to, and then I qualified. But I didn't qualify what the drill sergeant thought I was going to qualify. He said, I thought you were going to shoot expert. And I said, you know, I was nervous the day before I wasn't shooting none. I was shooting out everything. I was placing where my sight was. So, but since then I got shot expert. It's all about your trigger squeeze and your breathing. Before I went in the military, I learned how to shoot for my dad. I had to sight it up. And then the military taught me how to sight it up faster, take your step and then fire. Because here's this little thing we practice on. They could see where you're in the target, and the guy kept on saying shoot. The guy in charge was saying shoot, shoot. I just kept on being in the target. Shoot. I said, oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure I was really in. He goes, you've been in the whole time. As soon as you bring it up and you see it, you bring it, take your breaths, and you pause, fire. Yeah, you don't have to play in that little box. So, pretty experience that gun. It's light compared to some of the guns I carried. M16 is when you go to your unit. An M16 is like a team leader position. You don't get an M16, you get a saw, 249 saw, you get a machine gun, or you get something heavy. You don't get a little M16 or an M4. But then when I became a team leader, I was M16 with a 203 underneath it. 203 is a rocket grenade launcher. Now it's pretty neat because then you got these freaking canisters on you, these freaking things you put in there. You get cartridges and they're pretty good sized rounds. And they say, don't worry, they gotta rotate so many times before they arm themselves. So, but they're sitting right on your chest, man. And what those are good for is for dead space. Say. There's something on the other side of the trees and stuff that you can't see, but you know that's there. You lob those 203 rounds on the other side of those trees, and then all of a sudden you get to whatever you think they are, right? Buildings or something, right? But man, I'll tell you, I know I shot with Drill Sergeant Harris, and he taught me how to shoot quite well, that 203. And it's all about angle. And we were dropping things inside the friggin' window. He was impressed, man. That's probably why he put me in this squad or platoon. So that was Drill Sergeant Harris was a pretty neat guy. Drill Sergeant Van was pretty neat too. The other 2, 3, 4 pretty neat guys. I was honored to become a sergeant and carry the Army values. I did have to smoke some guys. I mean, I'm not killing them. Smoking in the military doesn't mean you're going to smoke them. It's not a Hollywood movie. It means that private's done something that he's going to have to experience that he won't do again. Like leave their rucksack in another Humvee and then see that Humvee drive away with over $20,000 of gear in it that I'm signing for. Yeah, that's worth smoking. I got smoked several times in the military. It's not a fun thing, but you don't do it again. I guess in the military now, I don't know if you're able to get smoked, but I wish they'd probably bring it back. We probably, I guess it's, I don't know. But I have no problem doing push-ups. You're the 20-year-old guy is just wants to be built. You're only building muscle. You're not hurting nobody, really. I mean, if you couldn't go and do push-ups, you shouldn't. If you didn't join the military and think you were going to do push-ups, what the heck? It's like joining a veterinarian thing and thinking you were going to freaking work on animals. Like, you're going to do push-ups in the military, right? When you think of military push-ups, right? You think of mud, you think of getting things, you also think of, oh man, you can work now my age, I think you're going to work for the system. But you're going to be the protection of corporations. You're going to be used to be used. What? Yeah. So why they get away with it is it's an exciting life. They pay you a little bit. You do miss the camaraderie. You know. And then you know that camaraderie is trained. Doesn't mean they're not the smartest. You just know they're trained to work together. Not everybody could shoot straight. I couldn't shoot with the shit my M16. When they put me into becoming a machine gunner, when they moved me over to become a machine gunner, the reason why I wanted to become a machine gunner because you're respected as a machine gunner. And you don't have to play in the squad stuff. You square your stuff away. And your AG, that's you and another guy and a lieutenant. Or you and another guy and a platoon sergeant. You're attached to a squad, but you're not attached to a squad. That means, like, if somebody in your, because they believe in mass punishment, somebody in your ranks is screwed.